So I got the exhaust now made and welded all the way. This center pipe which comes under the car is just MIG welded because I didn't want to spend so much time TIG welding that when it always gets dirty and nobody sees it, so it will go like that. Also made these three hangers to the body, just like these. Stainless steel, everything rubber hangers. And this little 3-inch bend TIG welded on. And one Simmons stainless steel muffler in the rear. And I made the screen pipe on it also free, just under the engine, like I have done with the 606s. So made it like that now, so I can see how it sounds, if it's just same sound as the 606 or if it's something different with these CDI engines. Because almost every other build I have seen, people always run with the compound turbos or the screen pipe welded to the downpipe. So you really don't get the screaming sound out of them when they work hard. So I will test like that now and see how it works out. And I have now sent the downpipe and the screen pipe and wastegate and the hot side for the turbo away with the mail to Kylmälä Customs. And they will make a custom-made heat wrap to the parts. So that will be really exciting to see how it turns out when it comes back here. So I will show that maybe later in the same video. So I finally got the front fenders and wheel centers back from Kiitola Bilmåleri, and they look pretty amazing. It's the original AMG silver, which I have been using on all the other projects with AMG wheels. So now I have been testing out some lip and barrel fitments, and I will be running 3-inch outer lips, both front and rear, because in the front they clear really good, these, and in the rear the wheel arches are pretty narrow, so there is not any room for wider than 3-inch. And I think I will try to fit some chrome fender flares here, so I will have to keep that wide to fit them. And I tried the inner barrels, which ones fit here, and this is the problem on these. You could run pretty wide wheels in front, but this is hitting the inner barrel. So I only had some 6-inch barrels here to test with, but that was too wide, so I will need to go with 5-inch barrels here in the front. And these are then 3-inch, and this is 13 millimeter, I think. So a little bit under 8.5-inch wide in the front. And then in the rear end, I had to take the anti-roll bar out because there was pretty good room in the wheel housing here for the inner barrel, but it was hitting the anti-roll bar. So I had to take it out and give it some heat. And this piece was straight before. It's now turned a little bit in first and then back out. So the inner barrel will come somewhere here. I have had it mounted just in the car to test how it fits. And now they clear good on both sides. So I will have to order all these inner barrels new, 4 of them. These are borrowed from a friend. So this is the only barrel I could use, but it needs sandblasting and painting, so I think I will buy all of them new and just have them painted black. And then I need 2 more of these outer lips, because I have borrowed these now from the AMG Aero 3 wheels, which I have laying at Kiitolas right now for painting. So I will get a couple of new rear outer lips for them later. I also have the front outer lips for them, but they are only 1.5 inch because the centers have different offset on the AMG wheels. So these all 4 of these have the same offset. So I just have 1 inch narrower front barrels. Otherwise they are just the same all around. I just received a package with some more parts for the build, and I have bought these shorter shock absorbers to the front end of the car. Those are the original ones. So they are about 10-15 centimeters shorter than those, but these are extremely long, because when you jack up the car in the front, the wheels come at least 20 centimeters out from the arches, so no need to be that long. And these, I think I have had in another car, these type of shocks. I think it was in a 123 station wagon. In the rear end, I tried to use these, because these are for a Saab 900 front end shock absorbers, and these are pretty short when they are compressed all the way, like 25 centimeters long. So I think these will work great in the front with the air suspension. Just have to remove these mounts and make a little pipe piece here inside to bolt them in and try the length, if they are okay like this, or I have to make this piece a little longer. But they should fit pretty well. I think it should be okay to have it to rise this much when it's in the highest ride height, so that should be enough what I just measured here quickly, so I will find out that soon. And here is also another piece which is from a completely different car, and I just found it out by googling. The distance between the pipes on the brake fluid reservoir was 85 millimeters. And the first which popped up was for an Opel Kadett C from the 70s. So that is pretty cool also. New white and shiny reservoir with no extra stuff, just the filler cap. So that's a nice detail. So lately I have been working on some small stuff here. It's always at this time of a project there is so much work you have to do, which does not seem to change anything. But I have now routed the airlines about where they will be placed under the floor mats, and also prepared for some thick plus cable right there, because the battery will come in the trunk. And the brakes have now been bled, so there is a stiff brake pedal now. And the front shocks are installed, the Saab 900 shocks. I have to make this piece a little bit longer to get it about to the right length when it's all the way out. And this protective pipe here was welded to the rod on the shock, so I had to cut that out and put some rubber pieces here inside. Just realized I forgot to film that, but it's about 60 millimeters like rubber discs here inside this. So when you take all the air out of the bags, it rests on the rubber pieces here. And I made this pipe loose with a washer here, so it's just put on the shaft right there in between, so you can open this and change the rubbers if needed. I think for the MOT inspection you need to have as much as possible here, so you can drive the car without air in the air suspension. So I think I will have to add some more here, but I can't really test that before I have the real wheels with tires under it. Then I can see what height it rests on. And I have been doing some wiring stuff. The starter has been wired, and the fuel rail is now installed. I watched Black Smoke Racing's budget daily turbo diesel project on YouTube, and saw how I will install this pipe, which is the pressure pipe from the high pressure pump to the rail. So this is the stock pipe from this engine, but it has to be bent a little bit here to reach to the new position, but it's safe and possible. So that's now installed, and the rest of the pipes, and also installed new return lines. So that should be in condition now. And I'm still waiting for the turbo and stuff to come back from Kylmälä Customs, so I can get that in this video also. Also here is a air tank from my work at MP Creative Metal. We use these in some projects there, so we have a lot of these, but this has a minor malfunction here. The thread has been destroyed a little bit, so I have to fix that. Not that much to fix, so should be good tank to use for the air suspension. And now I started to look at my front lights, headlights for the car. And this is a US spec model, so it has these kind of headlights original. This is the lower part and this is up. And they have like this piece, which is, it's the white piece is plastic, you can see through it, but then there's like steel plates here, and the plastic has just been heated to go over there. And this piece has got some corrosion and dirt inside, but I don't really like to open these and try to clean this up and make it nice again, because what I have seen or learned is that these headlights are pretty expensive here in Europe, because the previous owner, or Kiitola, who had this car before me, he replaced one of these, and he said it was pretty hard to find one. And what I have seen on eBay and such, they are pretty expensive also, so I will not use these anymore. I have a good pair of these, so if you need them, you can send me a message. I will sell them later on. But I have 4 of these Eurospec headlights, and I have now taken them apart, but they are in pretty rough shape, as you see, and they have this big glass. I think this is the newer model, and then the older model is a little bit like rounder shape, so I will see which one looks better later. But why I took them apart was to check the condition of the mirrors, and that is shit. So I will now try to glass blast these and look how they turn out, and then take them to Kiitola, and he will try to paint them with chrome paint inside. So that's just a test, if that can be done. Otherwise I have to buy new ones. I saw that you can buy new of these for these headlights, so that is option B. And then there are these plastic, this is for the blinker on the top in the Eurolights, and this should be like real dark orange, but it has been almost yellow now by all the years. So Kiitola will try to paint these orange again, and also these for the fog lights, which comes here on the fog light mirror. These will also get painted orange to get a nicer custom look on the front headlights. I saw that you can buy these new also, but €100 is always €100, so we'll try to save a little bit by painting these if possible. So I just finished polishing and cleaning these bumpers. I had a few options with the bumpers on this car, but I decided to go with this. This is the completely original rear bumper for this car. Only thing I have changed is these bumper guards. These are from another car here outside, parts donor car, but they are in pretty good condition, so I put them here in the back. And then I used the ones which sat here in the rear, which was in perfect condition. I installed them in the front instead, so the front will look mint. But the only defaults on these, I think it was this one has like a tiny scratch right there. So that's the only reason I put them here in the back. And then these lenses has been red coated by Kiitola Bilmåleri, and this gave a real nice look to the car. It's hard to catch it on the video, but they are a little bit darker and nice and shiny. So it's now all red in the rear. Those US model position lights on the sides will make this look really cool when it's done. Also the 3-inch exhaust picking out there is pretty nice. Here in the front I had to just test fit the front bumper, how it looks. The front bumper is in 2 pieces. You can take it apart here under this protective strip right there. And if I remember correctly, this part and this chrome part is from the stock car, this car, and then this rubber on the lower parts on both sides is from this original car. But then this long rubber strip here is from another bumper, and then this part is from another bumper, and then that chrome part down there is from another bumper. So we have complete like four different bumpers here in front to make it pretty mint. And these are the old guards which sat in the rear end, so those are now installed here. And it gives a little more classier look with those. It's pretty nice also to just have the original bumper, but since I had those extra, I decided to put them on to give a little different look from all the others. But now I think I will try to install some windows here in the front and rear. I have a new windshield to put in here, but just to make sure it fits, I will, and I also have the rubber seal, a new one. So I will install the new rubber seal on an old windshield and try to install that first, so I can make sure everything fits, so I don't crack the new windshield. And then I have the stock rear window, which I think will go inside pretty easily, but that's easy to say now. Started to look at the engine cooling system for the car, and I got these 2 expansion tanks. This one is from the 211 model, which the engine is out of, and that one is from the 210 model. And both of them fits pretty well, but I think I will go with this one because the shape of it fits a little bit better in the engine bay. But it had some fitting here, like some quick release fitting, so I had to make my own so I can get a regular hose on it. Just presses in here all the way in, and just click the clip so it sits nice and tidy. And then I also made this little nipple to the vacuum pump, because the pipe which came out here hit the 400 CDI high pressure pump, so had to make this. I will glue this here so I can get just a regular hose on, and the hose will go to the brake servo. Also started to install some chrome parts just to check, so I have everything if I need to get some new stuff, but seems to fit pretty nice. Kiitola Bilmåleri removed these for about 5 years ago, and he really knows what he's doing, so they have not taken any damage by removing them, so everything fits nicely in place. Have also bought the new clips for all the panels here, these red small clips, so it's really nice to install. Also this rubber seal here for the trunk is installed, so I think I will continue with installing some more chrome. And yeah, I tried to install the front windshield, but that was a real pain in the ass with the cheap window seal that I bought, so I will not use that one and will have to buy a better quality one. I think I have found one that should be better fitment than the cheap one I had, so have to wait a while until I can put the front windshield in. But the original rear one fitted really nicely. Just washed the old suit from the burn accident and popped it right in. Only some minor cracks here in the rubber, but I will have to see. It was pretty expensive, the rear rubber seal, so it will go like this now. It's also the only memory from the fire accident. A little bit burnt right up there, so that's a fun detail to have, so I think I will leave this one just for that reason. And we had a little party here in the garage this last Saturday, so my dad turned 60 years old, so I had the whole garage area cleaned and had some party stuff here, so just cleaned all of that out, and I also prepped this car a little bit to look like a car. These chrome fenders, I bought these. These are some old stock chrome fenders which I found on a Finnish shop, and they are an aftermarket part, but they fit pretty nicely. I have just put them in with a couple of screws right here, and the other end. Have to fit them better later, and they give a little more wider look to the chassis. And I might have to trim a little bit of the inner fender in the rear, because I have now ordered the outer and inner lips and barrels for all 4 wheels. So I will wait until I get those, and then I can fit the chrome fenders like they should be. But I really like the look of it now with the chrome fenders. they are not really in place right there. They will go a little bit more inside, but more chrome the better. And I also have installed all the trims around the car, except the doors. All of them are original ones, these and those. But this one is from the parts donor car. That was the only one which had been destroyed from the fire accident, so had to replace that one. But this is in pretty good condition also, so no worries with that. And I also throw in a front seat just for the looks, and the original steering wheel, which has been in the fire accident. I think I will need to find a new pad and maybe also a new steering wheel, because this has a lot of cracks and here is some molten plastic on it, so we'll see if I find a better one somewhere. But I think that is everything for this episode. I will edit and upload this one so you see some progress on the project. Hopefully I will get it started by this year, but that depends a little bit. The house project is getting pretty close to finished, so I have to start moving some stuff there, but we'll see next time how far I have gotten with this project. Hope you stay tuned. Bye.